Thank you, buddy. Hi, everyone. Hello, traders. It's 11 a.m. EST time for Mike and me. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, coach, until I get the wife's credit card bills. Then I'll know what I have to deal with. I'll have to hedge probably the last week of the month. I'm doing all right.
Well, you'll have to, come out with the January effect
Yeah,
to
I'm
help
completely.
pay,
I'm set.
right?
I'm set up for it.
All right. So I just wanted to point out something because this is something you were on, and I was negative the regionals when we did this, but then we had the everything rally. I just want traders, technicians to look left and notice that there's a difference between the regionals. And Mike dug this one out through option sweeps before it even turned a little early. So, there is a difference in the structure between the regionals and the money center banks. Have stronger structures. Here's JPM.
The
So,
great call, Dale, and I'll call you Dale a lot. That's
yeah,
that's a great example. Not only that, but what's been going on in the market in general. You can have bifurcated stocks within
yeah,
major sectors.
yeah.
Chevron and Exxon even went to the opposite way. I'm sorry, coach.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I just wanted to point it out that, if you're bullish financials, you don't wait to buy a pullback in the regionals because they're the underperformer and think they're going to play catch up. You buy the strength, you buy, best of breed on a pullback. I mean, you could even go with XLF compared to it, much better. If you look left, we almost got, back towards very important highs. So the structure there's important. I think financials will do fine as long as yields are dropping. And then I just wanted to touch on the dollar week again today. Um, I had people buy at 107.50 in the euro, looking for about 111 and a half in the next few days, maybe next week. Also, cable, maybe 29. Aussie was my preferred long at 5.25. That was here. I didn't buy the bottom,
Uh,
but I was figuring 68. We're almost there.
I saw
And
something, may I, coach?
yeah,
I saw something with the Canadian dollar. Did you say the Canadian dollar?
here's a Canadian, which
Something
is
was going on. I was all listen. Even on my equity feed, that was chirping all over the place. Just a heads up. I don't know if it's
yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, it's the commodity currencies, which means that when Canada's going down, that means it's strong. You get less Canadians for the buck because it's paired USD CAD, whereas Aussie, which is another commodity currency, is paired Aussie US dollar. So they're both showing strength. They're just paired up differently.
well,
You
thank
know
you.
what I mean?
Now I
With
do.
the Okay. So I like the commodity currencies. I think they're going to be the outperformers for a few years.
And I don't know if
So
years is a statement. I mean, they are now. I
yeah,
know we have different time frames, but I don't think we differ on opinions, no matter
yeah.
what the time frame.
So gold bouncing with dollar weakness. Miners are making new highs.
This SSRM is taking a lot of miners are taking flow, coach.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're even getting things
I
like,
got some. I got some going out till Jan. I got one here going out to July. Good one,
okay,
big
and what's
one.
the symbol on it?
SSRM. Sam Romeo Mike V.
Is it a
Eh,
silver or gold stock?
Silver, I believe.
SSR Mining, NASDAQ. Okay, $11 stock, Mike.
Up and comer, good balance sheet,
Oh,
solid
look at,
fundamentals.
yeah, just turning. Okay. I mean, it's early. You can't say you're late.
Well, look what Alcoa did. AA. You were early. It's like it looks like the Citicorp chart. You were right until you were wrong.
Yeah.
Now that's going up in a V-shaped move.
What strike are they buying here in SSR?
You know what? Here we go. Now we're getting really thick.
12? $12 strike?
They're buying calls 12,
Yeah.
11, 13, and 8.
Going out to March?
The 8 is going out till January. Going
That's
out
not far.
till March are the 13s and 11. Oh, no, 11s and 12s.
Okay. All right. interesting chart. I mean, there are some silver charts that look better. This one looks a lot like one that I follow that finally is looks like it's trying to turn, and that's Endeavor. Okay, I think they even came out with earnings, and that's what this spike was. Over 220, it's going to look good. Of course, this has been leading First Majestic. I mean, just comparing these to SSR, they're already underway. The junior miners ETF making a new high. GDX, blue chip miners
I gave
making
them
a
out in
new
the
high.
rooms this morning early.
Yeah, so they're looking good.
Look at no,
Uh,
you have. Oh, you know what, Coach?
but
This is a great looking one, and it was the strongest one before. During it took the dip. Now it's EGO Lego Maego. You have it up there, EGO.
no,
Yeah, that's one you got to keep because that's I'm going to be mentioning
is
that a
that
lot more.
Eldorado
It
Mines?
is. We had a bunch of Eldorados growing up, believe me,
Yeah, Eldorado Gold
and that's a.
traded
I
in New
mean
York.
that taking real good flow. It should be. It took. You know what? That
Oh my
stock.
God, it's been rallying forever
It doesn't matter. It's going to
since
rally more.
October.
Well,
Yeah,
look left.
yeah. There's nothing there.
Okay, that's your
All
turn.
right.
Look left.
Yeah, yeah. Be nice to have a pullback.
Nah.
May not to happen,
I don't
but
the way they're
I'm
buying
not
calls. I
chasing.
don't the way they're buying calls. It would be nice to buy a pullback. You know what? If I bought it here, I'd squirm when it went down to 12 and a half or whatever. I'd squirm. I'd be, but I don't think what they're doing here. You're going to worry about that going March or July, March or
Oh no, no, not next year, but I mean the next few weeks.
oh, no
I'm
question.
waiting. I want to ask you a question. A lot of money managers, Mike, they're hoping the calendar turns without and the market just, stays where it's at so they could defer capital gains by booking some stuff next year. Does that even come into play in the mind of a trader like you? Do you care about the calendar?
No, I as long as my the clients or Tim doesn't. I don't. I asked him once when I started trading here 10, 11, 12 years ago.
Okay. All
And
right.
he said, I said, it's going to be, it's January to whatever, February, December. Do you care? He says, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It could be Thanksgiving right now. I could care less.
Okay. Well, that's good to have that kind of latitude.
It's
Because
no,
I'll tell you a story in 2000 during .com, and I know you're around.
yeah.
I had guys coming into my office, and the market had started to sell off, and they said, "Well, Dale, what should I do?" I go, "Well, why not sell? When in doubt, get out." And they said, "Oh no, my tax bill would be too high."
I've heard the coach. No, I know that. You're right.
Okay, and then 3 months later, they didn't have any capital gains. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it really should never be a major consideration on when you know, liquidate a trade. And I agree with Tim. So we have a weak dollar, yields, TLT still chugging along. I don't know if it's forming any kind of top or anything. I can't buy bonds there. And then I think this is just maybe a bear market rally that we're having due to the shipping, but we'll see. And that's really about uh, all I have to say with what's going on here, Mike. So I'm interested in what you're seeing, if you're pairing anything, and what you might be shorting. And I'm going to turn the charts over to you.
The chart's over to me. Okay. Thanks, coach. By the way, with the risk of sounding dramatic, may I digress and say, uh, the mystery broker's out, by the way. Coach, you make me great. You make me a better professional with the way you articulate and lead into things. I don't know how
Thank you.
many people are on here or when we talk, but you make me a better person that way, professional. I digress. The mystery broker is out. I've been following this guy for 25 years, Mike Santoli. Everybody should know who they are. He is. Mystery broker emerges after a months long professional hiatus, just out. The post below is the last update. It's been bearish for months, had grown more by July. Bottom line is the latest rally seems different, but he has an uncanny. Mike Santoli doesn't post this guy for, just for the hell of it. This guy's got a hell of a record. Lewis, you know what I'm talking about. As Hood breaks high, that says it all. The latest rally seems different, mainly because there seems to be highest consensus among investors that inflation is under control. Fed has not only finished tightening, but likely to lower. The consensus is achieved. Does think the steep drop in oil could keep recession at bay. Notes every U.S. recession since 1969 preceded by an oil spike. That's
Okay.
just a high level opinion.
And I heard you talking about some other sentiment things yesterday, about the most dramatic shift from extreme fear to greed in the shortest time frame in maybe ever.
We can go back right here to TradeGATEHub Coach.
Right.
By the way, biggest this is the S&P sees the biggest inflow ever of spies.
Look at that. Wow.
That's just as and by the way, this is I could be all wrong. I'm not biased. You know what I mean? I'm not short.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you information, high level. I mean, this is
Yeah.
Helene
Helene.
from Helene. Let me go
I
back to
invited her. She said she can't commit because she's planning a vacation.
I know she says she's been saying that on the feed, and God knows she really does.
Needs
She's the
one?
best. No, listen. Here it is. She still has a resume that I coveted after all these years. Done money. Retail traders are all in. Done money confidence just jumped to its third highest reading in 25 years. This is not like the Rolex indicator or some bubble indicator. This is like the VIX. This is this is followed by a group of high level guys, and it's not just somebody. Look, this person, Jason. Believe me. Listen, look, he's a player guy, and players got hundreds of thousands of views of people, and he's not short or long. He's just telling you what's going on. This was on Friday. The market could have gone down on Monday or today. So, and I said this, the shift from bearish sentiment to bullish sentiment over the last 6 weeks is one of the highest on record.
Yeah.
And we have two wars going on. We're going into a winter. I mean, I'm not necessarily, knock on wood, I'm not living to paycheck for paycheck, but uh-oh. That was Tony Pistachio. It's okay, Tony. He heard me knocking. That was opportunity knocking, Tony. Go back to bed. And what I'm saying is, it's just a normal,
Yeah.
it's the end of to clear up in December of 2023. There aren't many major catalysts, except hold on, there is obviously a presidential change looming. Geopolitical is still there, but it's nobody blinks. What's it? Nobody's budging. The majority is still. It's a question if they're going to still take up the laggards or the leaders. As we can go to my screen right now. I mean, they're rotating. It's not anything there's no doomsday. Microsoft was breaking low in the morning. Okay, there's the daily. I understand as the NASDAQ is making highs that, the other ones or Amazon actually below. Actually, Amazon made a new high.
Yeah.
And you got to see if this is below a closing high. I don't think it's going back to 120, but to my main screen here, the ones that are going up are Hood. The till is still taking up the short squeeze stock. There's Robinhood. Coin.
Right.
There's Coin. Nosebleed territory. Boeing, are they still taking that up? Yeah. Are they still taking A&F up? Yeah.
It's an all clear. What aren't they taking up?
CCJ, which I begged everybody in the room to do, and you absolutely agreed. Every day this has been opening up and coming in.
Yeah.
CCJ, oil, still a little bit heavy. They sell them off a little bit. Pfizer, okay, they destroyed Pfizer this year from 50 to 20. Did it have the dead cat bounce from 20? I'm looking to short that a little bit. What am I going to make? What am I going to make? 20 cents if I'm right when it's already been decimated.
Yeah.
So, lift.
No, that Cameco looks good. Even the cash uranium is diverging
I'm short
and looking
Square now.
toppy. Yeah.
I'm short a lot of Square, by the way. I'm short 4,000 Square. I'm actually up in the position that's coming in now. I top tick. Doesn't mean, here we go. Doesn't mean I think the stock is going back to, it had a breakaway gap. It had 2 days down and broke up. I don't think it's going back to 20, but there's the RSI was acting. It doesn't mean I picked anything. There's the line here on the weekly. This thing's flying all over the place, this bastard. Look at this thing. So it doesn't, I'm just playing tactic, I'm just playing moves. I shorted Carvana. I shorted Carvana nice. I made some money in it nicely. I shorted right when Carvana right here, almost like making a head and shoulders, took out the opening, which was basically the open right here at 60.80. I shorted at 60.80, 60.80. This doesn't look much, but it's 59.20. I'll take the $1.60. And by the way, I did get out of the move. It is still up $5 on the day. It's probably still goes to 60 or 75 or whatever, but I'm, taking on 4,000 shares at $1.60. I'm taking money out of the market, maybe to take care of the other stocks that are not acting my way. I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm trying to, rob Peter to pay Paul, as, the longer boutique by, have some things on sale. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Alcoa, there it is. There you go. 3 days up. It did the 3 days up rest. 24. Maybe this SSR, this may pull an SSRM, may do the same thing. But Alcoa, boom. And I know it's a boomer stock, but once again, it's emblematic of everything that I could pull up anything. 24.
How about the steals after that buyout by I believe.
STLD, buy the rumor, sell the news.
All right.
RS, same thing.
Yeah.
MTL, Mitel Steel. Still, they're no
Looks.
place. They're macro views at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All
Here,
right. So
Goldman
uranium's
Sachs, the big
correcting.
daddy.
Yeah, looking good still.
What did I buy this morning? Oh, I bought FAS. Bought a lot of it. FAS I bought. I bought 4,000. That's not a lot. You know what? I bought FAS. I like it. It's the triple ETF. If there's the weekly, I might have top dicked it to a degree. I'm willing to buy more. I know what I'm in for. It's a financial bull, and I'm actually up in it somehow. But I bought some FAS. What else did I do? Oh, I came in short Snap. Here's Snap now, 16.98 after this huge move. Here's
Yeah.
me this morning on Snap. I'm covering it 16.50. I actually covered it even lower this morning. Let's go to 6:30 a.m. All right, I'm covering Snap 16.30. Now I came in short at nice. The market was up nicely. Now the stock went to 17. 16.30 when you're on a contra trade on a stock that's going parabolic.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I think it's going backwards over, I'm just taking a move off, coach. And this is a big move, capitulating with the volume yesterday on a stock that went from 8 to 18 in a month and a half. The high yesterday was 17.90. Somebody gave it an upgrade, the Jinx. Said it was going to 90, literally. No, somebody said it was going, it's like 60.
Yeah.
And it went from 18 to 16. I played that type of move. Well, it might probably goes up again, but I'm taking money off. So
How's your year panning out? Only a week and a
I'll
half to
let you go.
go.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know later. How
All
is
right.
it? Do you know what happened? I had to work. And that was my year's fun. My year, I'm up money. But this is what happened the first part of this year, coach. Look at this. FA8. See this date here?
Mm-hmm.
If you look up top, it's 1-5. My biggest position, it was January 5th, the second day of the year. I had like 80,000 fate. Fate, FATE. Second day of the year. It closed
It
at
was
11.
fate.
It opened at 4. I took like a $250,000 hit the second day of the year, and I still caught. So it was that
Yeah.
type of. I played defense the majority of the year. Yes, I'm out of the majority of QS. See, there it is right there. Oh, hold on. I still have 78,000 shares left. My price is 755. But when I had 220,000 from
Yeah.
5, the stock rallied from 5 to 7. Coach, that's that's like 50%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do the math. So that was
Nice.
half a million. So how's my year? I didn't think but I'm still, it doesn't, has my year? I don't know. If we're going to take things off the book, it's fine. You know what I mean? And if I'm short a little bit, let's look at the position here. I'm short only 4,000 shares, but I am down 22,000 in it. I'm not going to add. My average price is 84. I'm not one of these people that started holding at least a month ago from 68. My price is right. Where is it? Right here. You know what I mean? I'll take it, but I'm not going to add to it. I'm going to be, again, maybe a little bit more wrong before I'm right. It is overbought in every single sector. Some of them work, some of them don't. So I don't think I'm going to add to it. Maybe it goes to the 90 strike. Okay, I'm not going to add more, but maybe it pulls back $2. I'll take a loss of what? 4,000. I'll take a loss of 12,000. I'm sure if A&F pulls back the way I think it may be $2, the market will be active enough where I'll make back that $12 or $17,000 loss on some sort of pullback and any other type of stock. So I'm not adding to it. I got some losers. That happens to be the worst of them. I've had a lot worse. Don't get me wrong. It could be worse. That's it.
Okay. All right, nice wrap up.
Nevada, there's your NVIDIA. NVIDIA we talked about yesterday, and we talked about it that it broke through the 500. Now it hit a triple top through a 500. A little heavy. SMCI, heavy. And my better short of the day, which I took off, 139, you bastard. That's a weekly, by the way. AMD.
Yeah, it's putting in a kind of an ugly day.
I shorted AMD near the top,
Yeah,
142,
nice.
but I took
Yeah.
it off at 141. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what happens when you go against the trade. I should have held it going to a strike price of 140, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. By the way, this could be putting a red bar. This could be putting in a high level red bar reversal.
Right.
It is only 11:30, and if you see this, the volume is dramatically skewed. If you took away the skewed volume, this AMD at this type of day would be trading 100% volume. It just happens to be skewed because things are going parabolic. But you got to be careful. It's broken a lot of closing day lows. NVIDIA as well. You know, it doesn't mean that I think it's going to put in a top, but be aware. MU, that's not that's a little ominous. No, coach.
How about Intel? That really took off from it. It's diverging too.
Well, we'll look
Yeah.
right here. This divergence. Here is some of the square. I got to take some of this off. You got to excuse me.
Go ahead.
Came back down. I got four. Let me take 1,000 off. 12. Let me try to bid. Let me try to bid for something so I can take and not create. Boom! I'm done. No, I'm kidding. So you put that being coach. Here, run. This says it all. Run. Sun run. It was left for dead. I wouldn't buy this with Madoff's money. Yes,
Yeah.
it never made a new low, and you probably could have bought it. You know, that reverse head and shoulder. The stock's a dog, coach. I'm not. Nothing's fundamental. I know one thing. I'm not. Maybe Carvana has a better chance of turning and being fundamentally better than Sunrun. Even this thing went from 10 to 12, 20. You know what I mean?
No
So
wonder everyone, sentiment is like that, because everything that most people were underwater on, like this one, has recovered. So they're feeling better going
well, I
into
got
year
cash
end.
now. I got
Yeah.
cash. I held how much? I had a couple of million held up in QS. Now I got 7. Now I got whatever. Now I can free something. Might still peak. It's still going to go higher, in my opinion. That's why I still have 80,000 shares, but I rotated. And by the way, that's why you're sitting at this. The VIX. Some people are buying this, by the way. First time, by the way, I'm not. I'm still long in the fund, but for the first time, I'm not doing it myself. Noted. A couple of sharp guys, I haven't said this for some time, started buying it today. It felt like a little bit of a blow off top to a degree. They're still rotating. The stock that I love right now, talking about goals, is NUG. That's the one I bought. I bought Nugget. Love it.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
could you not buy this, coach? Or I
Yeah.
could have bought J Nug. Or I could have shorted Dust, the opposite of it. Probably Dust is a better short going down. It probably goes to 8 or 7, the opposite. So that's where I am, guys. I'm tactical.
David Hunter said that there's not going to be a lot of rotation, that all boats are going to be lifted by this melt up he's talking about. Do you think that rotation will slow as
It's
most
all about
groups
the
start to,
liquidity. The
as most
liquidity
groups
will
go up together?
the liquidity is gonna coach. I'm buying liquid stocks. I'm buying 20,000 shares of stuff. Like I told you the other day, it's like I'm buying I'm buying, short 6,000 square at the market. You couldn't do that. Short, what am I doing? 12,000 snap at the market. I'm getting filled within pennies. And
Okay.
everybody should know that because they should be on either the TradeGATEHub, TradeView demo with the lowest commissions and tightest spreads. You should know that. But
Okay. So Mike, not afraid to throw a market order in.
no, I'm not.
I
No,
think
I'm not
limit
afraid.
orders are, they serve their purpose, but limit orders can also limit your performance. I mean, if the market's close enough to where you want to get in, who cares about a few pennies?
Coach, I can't.
Instead of being unable and
I'm
then
not a day
missing the
trader
trade.
I'm not a day trader anymore where I had an edge. Use limits. If I'm going to use a limit, I'm going against an algo. Unless I'm doing a nice block. I'm not going to beat an algo.
Yeah.
So I use market orders. A person that uses market orders, obviously, this depending, and this is my expertise, depending on how thick the stock is if you're going to complain about you're filling a market order, you're probably going to be complaining about a lot more because the fill of where I'm going to get square right now within a day or two is really not going to matter. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to have 10,000 shares, which then I would have to make my kind of market. But aside from that, it doesn't really matter. It's
Okay, buddy.
and on TradeView markets, it shouldn't because that's why I'm doing it. We have the tightest spreads and the lowest commissions. And if I had that, I wouldn't worry about where it was.
So check it out. Check out TradeView's platform. There's no law against having more than one account, and you're trading anyway. And Mike's
Yeah, look at
owns
this.
horses. You only know if you have a good horse and when you run it against another. Okay, what's that?
You have to
Saucer
put
bottom.
square, not here. That means it's not you have to, well, you need a frame of reference. Like my dad, like a horse.
Yeah.
You gotta pet, you gotta run them. We're traders, you gotta trade them. Same thing. All right, so we'll leave it at that. You
Okay,
don't make
buddy.
horses don't make money in the barn, and traders don't make money on the sidelines.
Great one. Nice metaphor. We'll wrap it with that. Hope everyone who's watching this that you're understanding our process. And if you want to learn more, we'll see you in the room. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Adios. Take it
Trade
easy,
well,
buddy.
everyone. Don't let your trades turn into positions. Have a plan. Cheers. Thanks.
Adios.
See you later, sir.